Alright, so we know confirmed that there are at least 2 nerfs coming in Worldslayer. The one I've already known for a while, I just didn't care much because I didn't use it. But you probably should know though, it's bone shrapnel. The tier 2 bone shrapnel, that says it, it kills, when you kill an enemy, it unleashes the explosive, blood, best way to say it. It's getting changed to critical shots. So it's basically getting changed to be what really it's supposed to be, which is a weaker version of the tier 3 bone shrapnel. And every player has only ever used tier 2, I think for 2 reasons. Because one of them, usually you only use it if you're doing just pure DPS, so you kill like adds faster than you get criticals, frankly, so it's even better for that. But apparently there's some, I think, that's why I think it's honestly kind of, in one sense, justified, because there's some exploit related to it where I've seen the videos and other friends and have showed it to me where you can, it like activates the bone shrapnel, like the explosive thing on like it's like some chain reaction where if you just kill one dude, it like unleashes it on every single enemy in the battlefield and you just kind of destroy the entire group of ads in just one activation, which is kind of broken, honestly, I have to admit. I'm with the people who are like, I hate nerfs, but there's always a few of them where it's like, it's kind of a little OP. It's like I thought Moaning Winds before New Horizons, being able to use that on all 3 of your guns was also a little OP. And I didn't do it myself because I thought it was, and also it was just stupid because I didn't even get to enjoy my guns. I mean, it wasn't even fun gameplay to me. You're just reloading your 3 guns over and over again. Moaning Winds, as good as it is, and I use it, on all my dudes, it also is just kind of boring. Like, it doesn't look cool either. It's just, it's just some red wave that comes after me. I wish it looked cooler. So again, it also is for style. Now, the biggest one is Burnt Out, which is why I'm on my Pyro now, showing my Pyro debuff. Apparently, Burnt Out is getting reduced. That debuff where, every heat wave you do makes everyone do 25% more damage to the guys it hits for 8 seconds, and that stacks up. It stacks up infinitely. So they're reducing it to 15% every 8 seconds, and it only stacks twice. In one sense, I agree, because I honestly think the Pyro debuffs, on this debuff build, as I've learned and told you, what's even more ridiculous is Pyro teammates, like your teammates' debuffs stack together. And it just breaks the game, because if you were to take this build that is a super tank as well, and honestly just get 2 Pyros exactly like it, you don't need a damage build either. You really don't. You just need these 3 Pyros with all 3 debuffs and have Moaning Winds. Toss on 9 heat waves and 6 thermal bombs on the 1 boss you're fighting. You all activate Moaning Winds at the same time. You 1-tap them. It's totally broken. So I kind of agree that the debuffs should not stack for teammates though. But this was too much. Also, that's why I disagree with what they're doing. That is ridiculous. Especially because now I'm thinking, if it was 15% and it stacked 3 or 4 times however many heat waves you can get max, that would be at least somewhat reasonable and justified. But they're not even doing that. It makes me think, alright, I need to get rid of heat wave on this dude. I've already tried on previous occasions. I thought maybe I'll get rid of the tidal wave on it and I've tried that where I just stick branded, not branded, double fun. So I, hit two guys with thermal bombs. The thing is, I really don't like double fun because it is such a tiny window. It does help, especially if you're trying to target a boss and there's ads near them, but you don't want to hit the ads. It helps you hit the boss more often, I guess. So it has uses, but honestly, it's such a close, like you have to be, the 2 guys have to literally be right next to each other to even get that to go off, which really annoys me. In my view, I feel like you should activate it and it just seeks, it's like a homing thing that just seeks out and always hits another dude. And even if I'm not shooting them, maybe someone is, so at least they'll get another 40% off on someone, and then 80% since it stacks. That's another thing though, I don't know yet if they're going to nerf the other Pyro debuffs. Because honestly, Thermal Bomb is way better than Heat Wave. It is by far the best one, because it is it has almost just as short of a cooldown on as Heat Wave, but it has a much shorter animation, so you just activate it a lot quicker, and you get the stacks a lot quicker, and it does way more. So like Heat Wave right now, you get 75%, yeah, but it takes a while to build up 3 Heat Waves, whereas Thermal Bomb, it's just a literal instant 80% more damage, just slapping 2 of them on someone constantly. So from my experience, Thermal Bomb, especially if you go in Eye of the Storm, like Thermal Bomb makes a much bigger difference than Heat Wave. Heat Wave's still good, but Thermal Bomb is by far better. And also is like even Death Sentence Ash Blast, because it doesn't stack, because you only get to activate it once, but it's instant though. And it's also a strong one. So we'll see what they do. Because I tried those changes, I also thought maybe I'll take off, going back to Circle of Power again, so on this Pyro build, I got rid of Bullet Kindling, as you saw, for Circle of Power. Because I realized, again, with all the debuffs I do, they stack so much, and the damage kind of deteriorates for that reason. The bonuses just deteriorate from so much stacking I'm doing, that I don't need all of the bonus damage I have on this dude. So I got rid of Bullet Kindling. I already get a bonus to fire damage in my skill tree itself. So I got rid of that to put on Circle of Power, and I haven't noticed, honestly, any difference in my damage. Virtually at all. And in return, I now have a ton of resistance on this dude. I didn't put it on my other 2 Pyro builds that you've seen. My gun build, I already made a big change on him, because before he had virtually no resistance, so I finally... my last videos, I was able to get him to have 30% resistance by grabbing the skill tree node in the middle tree on him. And that worked out. He still does about the same damage and now has 30% just base permanent resistance, which is very nice. But that's all he also really needs, I'm learning, because he ashes the ad so much, and he has way more healing regen than this dude and others, just because of the crazy amount of weapon leech healing he gets. Just one shot, he's back to full. Pretty much instant. And my explosive Pyro, I already figured out how to get him to have both the skill tree, both the resistance nodes. So he has like 50% like permanent base resistance, which is already really high. And he just has, with the anomaly power bonuses, just has even better skill leech healing than this dude does. So I realized this was the dude I wanted to get the extra resistance on the most. It's definitely helping, because these birds before probably they really would take me down below half health sometimes, and now, as you see, they just tickle me. Like if they all hit me at once, as you see, they do a chunk. I think that right there is the most damage they've ever done, so makes a huge difference. But yeah, we'll see. I tried, because the thing is, I really want to have 3 Heat Waves on this dude. It's really because I just like Heat Wave. It's just such the most classic, cool-looking Pyro build. I just want it. And also because even if they nerf it, well, I mean, they're going to nerf it, but even by doing this, I feel like the 3rd Heat Wave, I mean, it heals me more, it puts burns around the field more, so